evening, everyone. My name is Kimberly James. I'm the Ward 1 council person here in the city of Forest Park. And this is the ward meeting that I host every month, the third Thursday of the month. And we have people in the audience, and we have people that will be tuning in at a later time getting this information. So we're going to get started. I see Mr. Fleming is here from our zoning department. Mr. Fleming, you want to start us off? All right, come on up. We have our supervisor from our zoning department to give us updates.
You can hear me? All right, my name's Ken Fleming. I'm the code enforcement supervisor with the city of Forest Park. And I've just got a brief report in Ward 1, Councilwoman James's ward. And these are code enforcement cases that were created in the month of May. And it's mainly property maintenance cases, overgrown grass, inoperable vehicles, objects in the yard. When I say objects, that's furniture and appliances. Items manufactured for indoor use must be stored inside the building, not displayed and stored outside. So we try to educate the community and let them know and give them an opportunity to correct. But in the month of May, there was 33 cases created in Ward 1. That's mainly in the Hendricks Drive, Springwood Drive, College Street, Springwood Terrace, North Avenue areas. There were 33 cases created in the month of May by our code enforcement officers. We have 4 code officers that patrol our city. Our city is divided up in 4 sections. And we have qualified, certified officers. They're very good. We have an Asian officer, a Hispanic officer, a black officer, and a white officer. So we got it all covered there. So, you know, because we have a melting pot here in the city of different cultures and languages. So we've got to represent our clientele, and I think we do a good job of it. But there were 23 overgrown grass cases that were created. That means lawns that exceeded 6 inches in height. And what we ask you to do is just maintain your yard so you can see a rat or a snake in your yard. God forbid you have that. You know, we just can't allow the grass to get so high that it's going to create a harborage for vermin. But there were 23 overgrown grass cases. There was 2 parking in the yard cases. When I say parking in the yard, that's the front yard area. And the city asks that all citizens, when they park their vehicle in the front yard, to park it on a hard surface. So you're not tearing at the front yard and making it look bad. But there was only a couple cases, and 3 outdoor storage cases that were created. That's either furniture or appliances. And we ask that you put it inside the building so it's not unsightly. There were 2 commercial vehicle cases. That's commercial vehicles, tractor trucks, large box trucks that are so heavy they can eventually damage our residential streets. They're not designed for these heavy vehicles. We do have garbage trucks going in these streets, and I think we're budgeted for any kind of damage caused by them, but we just don't need. And my dad was a truck driver for 40 years, and some of the truck drivers like to bring their tractor trucks home. And it's just too heavy of a vehicle to be in that residential area. So we do have orders about that. And there was only 2 cases created. And then as far as inoperable vehicles, that means a vehicle that doesn't have a current tag, or a vehicle that's in a state of disrepair, flat tires, hood up on jack stands, and it sits there for an extended period of time, like about a week. Then we'll notify the citizens to please repair your vehicle, please get a tag on it, so it's operable. Because keep in mind, a vehicle that sits in one spot for a long period of time, rodents like to make a harborage of that. So now we're creating unhealthy conditions, not only for that family living there, but the surrounding community. We've got to look out for the community as a whole. We want our city to be nice, clean, where people don't have to worry about rodents and snakes in their yard, and so the children can go out and play in their yards. But we did have 26 of those 33 cases, they weren't resolved, meaning they were voluntarily compliant. And that's the best way to get compliance, is a voluntary compliance. There were 7 cases that now has gone over to the month of June. That means our department has to go through a due process step to make sure we notify these citizens or occupants, owners, tenants of the violation and give them a fair amount of time to comply. We don't like writing tickets, but that's our last option, is to get judicial compliance. We don't want to write nobody a citation because the citations are not cheap. You could end up going to jail for these tickets that we write. So we try to work with these individuals, give them the benefit of the doubt, and give them some time to get right. But, you know, and more often than not, our officers are proactive in addressing these cases. Rarely do we get complaints. So citizens, if you have an issue with your neighbor and you can't say nothing to them because they're gonna, excuse the expression, get out of hand and get stupid, I hate to say that, call us up. You can use that Greek name anonymous and let us know where the address is and what the issue is, and we will investigate. And we won't give out names of who complained, but we need our citizens to take an effort to look out for their community. Call us, let us know, and we will go out and get this property hopefully resolved voluntarily. But that's all I have. I mean, to resolve 26 out of 33 cases, that was very good. Only a smaller percentage of properties that we address end up going to court. Small percentage. We just had court today and the docket was full. From houses in disrepair to inoperable vehicles to all these items that are mentioned, storage yard, but they're given an opportunity by the court to give them a little bit more time to get right. And hopefully they do. And that way, if they are fined, that fine will be greatly reduced. And hopefully they'll tell their neighbor so the neighbor will know, keep your yard clean. But anyway, we're here to serve you guys, and we need y'all's support. We need y'all's help in letting us know if there's an issue in your community. Please let us know, and we will be out there to address it. Okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Yes. Thank you, Supervisor Ken, for that information. We're going to go ahead and go to our Public Works Department. We have our Deputy Director, Nigel, in the building. Mr. Nigel, can you come and give us an update, sir?
Evening. So from Public Works, the one thing I want to talk about is the clean sweep event that we're having on July the 8th. It's going to be held at 330 Forest Parkway, at the corner of 330 Forest Parkway and Springdale. The hours are going to be from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. as opposed to last year, it was 8 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. It benefits the city, everything that could be brought in, dry paint, 4 tires per resident, and all of the above. And that's pretty much it. We are getting ready for Fun Friday this evening. Tomorrow evening, rather, and the Juneteenth celebration. That's it from Public Works.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. We're gonna take questions at the end. So again, I want to welcome everyone. Thank you all so much for tuning in and coming out. We're gonna go to our police department. Chief, are you ready? We have Chief Chris from our police department.
Good evening, everyone. So a couple of things that's going on in the police department. So just upcoming dates that we have going on in the community. First one is Coffee and Conversation. That's going to be going on June the 20th at the Chick-fil-A here in Forest Park. I have National Night Out, where our law enforcement officers will be out in the community for a community engagement event on July the 1st. And we also have the Citizens Police Academy. We'll be advertising that on our Facebook page for registration, and that will start on July the 25th and run through September the 5th. Here recently, we uploaded, in the spirit of transparency, we have recently uploaded our crime map for all the crime that is going on in Forest Park, all of our Part 1 crimes. So if you're interested in knowing what crimes are occurring in your neighborhood, you can visit that on our Facebook page for additional information. Now, as it relates to crime, currently right now, we're seeing an uptick in entering autos. So I encourage everyone, again, to keep and secure your vehicle and keep anything that is worth any valuables that can be seen from the window. Please keep those put away. That is one of the crimes that we're seeing in Forest Park. And lastly, we will be having a giveaway as it relates to locks, because some of the easiest stolen vehicle right now, the most common stolen vehicle right now is the Hyundai product and or Kia product. You can actually steal those vehicles with just a simple iPhone charger. And a lot of the crimes, like the entering autos that are being committed, they're doing it inside of stolen vehicles. So we'll be having a lock, some type of lock giveaway here in the upcoming future. Outside of that, that is all that the police department has to report at this time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, we're gonna turn online. We have our Director of Recreation and Leisure on with us. Let me unmute you here.
Good morning, good evening. How's everybody doing?
We got you real loud. Okay, hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Once again, just to let you know what we got going on in the Recreation and Leisure Service Department. We have coming up this weekend our Juneteenth celebration. We kicks off at 4 p.m. It goes to 10 o'clock with grand finale fireworks about 9:30. And we're also in pool season. Open pool is for the citizens on Friday evenings, starting at 5, Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 8. If you stay in the city of Forest Park, it's absolutely free. If you're not from Forest Park, it's $3 for adults and $2 for kids. So we encourage you guys to come on out this weekend and enjoy all the festivities we have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate that. We have our HR department in the building. Ms. Lewis, she's our Deputy Director.
Good evening, everybody, and I'm happy to report the City of Forest Park is hiring. We're looking for, the police department is hiring for a police sergeant. They're also looking for a deputy police chief. The recreation department has a part-time position open, and actually they have two, and it's called a recreation leader. And they also have a position in the senior center. They're looking for a part-time position. It's called recreation leader, and that's in the senior center. We're looking for a firefighter paramedics and also firefighter EMTs. The Public Works Department is hiring for a fleet foreman, and the Public Works Department is hiring for a part-time maintenance worker and also a full-time maintenance worker. And it starts at $17 an hour. And if you know anyone that's interested, tell them to please apply. We're also looking for a mechanic, and we're still looking for police officers. It's a wonderful position, entry-level position. And they're also, the police department is also looking for a management analyst to do grants. In the police department, we also have a communications operator position open, and the Public Works Department is hiring for a heavy equipment operator. And if you know anyone that's interested in any of these jobs, it's very easy to apply. All our applications are, you visit the website, and it's www.forestparkga.gov, and you click on departments, and then you go to human resources, and then you click on job opportunities. And you can view all the positions that we have open. And if you see something you're interested in, you just click apply now, and you get yourself registered, and the applications will be routed to the departments. And thank you very much. Enjoy your night.
Thank you, Ms. Lewis. Okay, so we're gonna turn here. I know we have our city manager in the building. We have our mayor in the building. Is there any other departments that I missed that came in? Courts. Oh, come on up, sir. So you have to, yeah. Okay.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Cynthia McCann. I recently hired as the court administrator. We're actually in the midst of dividing the police department. I think it was officially divided in July of last year, but I'm the first employee that's hired for the actual court department, court services. So hopefully in the future I have more to talk about than just introducing myself. But I'm looking forward to this opportunity. I think it's going to be a big benefit to the community as a whole. That's what I have to say right now. I appreciate everybody.
Thank you, sir. Welcome. Welcome to the park. Welcome to the park. So I'm going to bring up first, let me acknowledge our state representative that we have in the building, State Representative Bruno. And then we have Victoria Williams, our school board member in the house. Hello, Ms. Williams. Come on, Mr. Clark. And of course, we have our mayor, our great mayor in the city of Forest Park. So you can come on up after Mr. Clark and give words to our constituents here.
Thank you, Councilwoman Kimberly James. I'll make sure that I get the name correct tonight. And I am in the great city of Forest Park. Just make sure I say everything correctly tonight. So one of the biggest things that we've been working on in the executive office is the presentation of the fiscal year 2023-2024 based on our budget cycle here in the city of Forest Park. We are not our budget cycle, every time I try not to say it, I say it. Our budget cycle runs from July 1 to June 30th every year. And this year, our budget presentation that our mayor and city council were here, we're presenting a $38 million budget, which is approximately $4 million over what the budget proposal was last year. Some of the highlights of this budget include this mayor and city council, we are infusing no fund balance to balance this budget. It is the first time in a number of years that we found that we're able to do this, but we're not using any of our fund balance, i.e. we're not going into any of our reserve funds to balance out this budget. The other notable item in this budget is that we are recommending across the board a 5% increase for all of our employees in lieu of any reclassification as we work to do a pay classification study citywide so that every position is equitable, the way in which we do increases is equitable, and our employees recognize what their matriculation of that position looks like as it relates to pay and wages. In addition to that, the other notable item within this budget, we budgeted $75,000 to renovate our senior facility over behind Star Park. We're excited about that. It's going to be a major facelift for those individuals that utilize that facility each and every day. I see some here tonight. Just to let you know, when I met with you guys, we took that back to our elected body and they say, yes, this is something that we want to do. So in this budget, there is $75,000 included in the budget. The other thing I'll say about the seniors is that we are completely replacing every computer inside that computer room to ensure that our seniors, as they utilize the facility each and every day, you have access to the same type of technology that our employees have each and every day. So the senior center will be outfitted with the same type of computer. And I'm saying this because some of the seniors that were at that meeting are sitting in this room, and these are some of the concerns that they had of us on that day. The other thing that we'd like to share about this proposed budget is that we have budgeted dollars to look at all of our city facilities and began to improve upon what the facilities look like. When the city council opened the Fort Gillum Public Safety facility for our fire department and our police department, it was the first time in a number of years that there was any type of any governmental building or erection of any governmental building within this city's long-term history. So we're excited about that. Also within this budget, we have no furloughs, we have no pay decreases, and we also are able to find ways to save close to $98,000 with our benefits plan by taking all our major benefits under the roof of sickness. Again, this is just our responsibility as good stewards of governmental money. This budget process took us approximately 3 to 4 weeks where we worked tirelessly each and every day to review every line item, every invoice, and every contract that we paid out for this city. The other thing that we like to report on for this budget, recognizing some of the things that Mr. Fleming stated earlier as it pertains to code enforcement. Nobody wants to live in a community that is not clean or a community that is not safe, especially when you are the resident that is taking care of your property. So within this budget proposal, we are recommending removing code enforcement out from up under the auspices of our community development department so that we can put a keen focus on doing code enforcement the right way, giving them the resources and the tools that they need to get this job done once and for all. And for those that know me in this room, you know I am big on cleanliness as it relates to neighborhood sustainability. It's something that I preach each and every day, and Forest Park will not be the exception. It is something that your elected officials are calling me about every day based upon things that they see in the community, based upon the complaints of their constituents. And so based upon the amount of calls that I'm receiving, you know, we really want to put a focus on code enforcement and giving them the tools and resources that they need to be successful. One of the things I'm also happy to report, actually, the mayor and I had so many meetings today, I didn't even get to share this with her or Councilwoman James. For the first time in history, we have outfitted our code enforcement department with radio so that they can communicate with each other as well as communicate back to our police department. In meeting of my 100-day plan, I said that I would meet most of the employees toward every facility and meet with as many employees and departments as I can. So in meeting with code enforcement, one of the things that came out from one of our female officers as this community really began to practice equity, diversity, and inclusion, one of the female officers said to me, someone spat at her, you know, and I told her, well, if that had been me, we probably been there fighting. You know, but one of the nuances of it is in this area, there is bad cell phone service all over, whether it's related to the airports going by, location, proximity, or enhanced need for us to add additional broadband opportunities up there. But one thing we want to make certain is that all of our employees are safe at all times. So with this added benefit, thanks to Chief Chris, he didn't even charge us for it yet. Chief Chris was able to, he will not charge us on phone now. But based upon Chief Chris and his resources and his connection, he was able to outfit every last one of our code enforcement officers with these radios so that cell phone signals no longer matter. Regardless of where they are, they'll always be able to communicate not only with each other, but back to our communications department within the police department. And then we're taking it a step further to ensure that code enforcement is equipped with the proper tools and resources that they need. Right now, code enforcement, when they're out in the field, they have to come back to the office to write citations. So we are going to ensure that every last vehicle that code enforcement drives is equipped with a computer, a laptop, as well as a printer in the car. That way, they're not leaving the violation to come back and write the citation. They can write the citation while they're already there. In addition to that, we're also going to make certain that as the police department, when the officers are out writing citations, they go directly to the court docket so that Mr. Cedric don't have to do any manual labor. Code enforcement, they're still having to do manual entry. So the next wave of us improving the technology for code enforcement is ensuring that not only will they be able to go out, write the violation, print the ticket right then, when they input the ticket, it'll go directly to our court system. That way there is no room for error with the things that they write. Again, one of the things we're going to press with this code enforcement division is not just about tickets and notices of violation. It's about compliance and beautification. So with this arm, we're really hoping to do a lot of public outreach, help the public understand what it is that we go through, the nuances of what code enforcement has to go through, and then recognizing that they can only do so much based upon the judgment that is brought down by the judge. I had the opportunity last week to tour the property and grounds of one of our residents, Mr. Hambridge. You know, and one of Mr. Hambridge's concerns was that his bamboos in his yard were walking. Well, where I'm from, I've never heard of a bamboo walking, you know, but just to see the pride that the residents on that street take in their neighborhood, for us as a city, we're going to make certain that our code enforcement department, that we try to do the same. So again, I'm happy to be here. We are happy to continue to roll out things within this 100-day period, which ends August 6th. I guess I have to go to the office of Councilwoman James to see how I did. But we encourage you, if you are not following the things that we're doing within your city, we encourage you to either visit us on the website or one of the other presentations that we have on Tuesday night is a citywide app so that our residents are able to interact with every department of this city. Without calling us, you'll be able to do it with the palm of your hand. Again, these are all strategic objectives that our council members say they wanted, and we want to make certain that they have what they need to be successful in representing every last constituent and stakeholder in this community. So again, thank you, Councilwoman James, Mayor Butler, thank you guys for charting the course. And I'm just so happy that through my administration and our various departments that we're able to deliver on our promises. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You only been here for
3 weeks.
Mayor Butler. Everybody give it up for Mayor Butler. So we're gonna let Mayor Butler say a few words. We'll take questions and then we'll close out.
Oh, thank you, Councilwoman James, for having me, and on behalf of the governing body and the north of 19,000 residents, I do bring greetings to each and every one of you. And you just heard from our directors, and there really is not much to add. But what I will say is that when you have the right people in place, change is really a matter of time. And when I've said it once before, and I'll say it again, this is a quote that President Obama made popular. And it's change is not gonna come. Wait, what is it? Change will not wait for some other person or for some other time. We are the ones that we have been waiting for, and we are the change that we seek. And so over the last 6 years, I know it may have seemed like there's been a lot of ebbs and flow, but one thing that I can assure you is that this governing body is committed to getting it right. And the people that you just heard from is just a testament to that we're getting it right. We have the city manager in place that is doing a phenomenal job in just his first 3 weeks, 4 weeks that you've been here. And I think we'll keep you around for another 4. Our police chief is doing an amazing job. I can't wait to see what else he's gonna roll out. Code enforcement, your job is not easy, but we know that you're an intricate piece to the progress that is happening in Forest Park, Public Works. I mean, all you guys, it is truly one community. And I don't know if you spoke of your initiative of One Forest Park, but as a resident, as an elected official, and as an employee, it takes each of us to make Forest Park great. And I like to say that progress is not only my vision for Forest Park, but it's also our destiny. And with the people that we currently have in place, our future is brighter than ever. And so I want to thank each and every one of you. The one thing we didn't touch on is Main Street and the economic development that is coming to Main Street. And so now that Gillum is up and going, and it's going beautifully, now our focus is bringing life to Main Street. So NDAs keep me from speaking on a lot of the projects that we have in the works, but just know that life to Main Street is returning. And so we are ecstatic. I know you'll be pleased. We got people working really hard to make sure that it's something that you're going to be very proud of. And I know I'm excited about it when I think about what's on our horizon. And so I want to thank you. Oh, Councilman James. Oh, so there are many of you who attended earlier today. Jonesy's Place, 780 Main Street, had its official ribbon cutting today. And so we all know Jonesy's Place has been in existence since 2020. But today was a date that she chose intentionally for her official ribbon cutting, because today is the anniversary of her father's passing. And for those of you who know, his name is, they called him Jonesy. He was a police officer in Philadelphia, and he had an untimely death. And so she wanted to continue her father's legacy. And that's why she named her facility Jonesy's Place. And it's a place where art and therapy intersect. And if you have not been into her facility, I highly encourage you to go. It is absolutely amazing. The ability that Miss Jones has to interpret your art from a spiritual realm is something that I have not seen in any other sector. And so I really encourage you to go check her out. She would love to have you. And State Representative Bruno, is there anything, I'm so glad that you're here, but is there anything you would like to add? Yes, ma'am. Thank you all.
Good afternoon. I am State Representative Rhonda Renaud, District 77. Part of my district is in Forest Park. I just wanted to let you all know that if you are or if your family is on Medicaid, that if you get a letter from the government, that you make sure that you open it up, you read it, and you have to refile. During COVID, they let everybody on Medicaid and they expanded it. Now everybody will be dropped off of Medicaid. And so in order to continue to have it, you do have to reapply. So if you have some issues, because it is a very long form, just let us know so that somebody can help you, because you really need to go online. But any of your family members, especially if they have children or seniors or anyone that's on Medicaid, except those that are disabled, make sure that they do not throw that letter away, because it is time sensitive. Okay, thank you. And I do have a newsletter, so if you'd like to receive it, if you give me your email address, I'll make sure that you get it.
Thank you, Representative. So we are so grateful to be able to host this meeting once a month, every third Thursday of the month, just to give you all information of what's happening in the city, so that you're informed, well informed, and that you can hold us accountable to you. So a couple of announcements I want to make is next week, we're having a huge event called Gifts at the Park. And I'm glad State Representative mentioned about the Medicaid, because we do have someone that's coming to our council meeting on Tuesday. Since it's Juneteenth, the meeting is going to be on Tuesday instead of Monday. But Ms. Watley from the Department of Health and Human Services will be at the council meeting on Tuesday at 7 o'clock, and she'll give more information about that Medicaid and the recertification. So make sure you come out and hear about that as well. But next week we're having Gifts at the Park. Yay, Gifts at the Park. So those of you that may not know about Gifts at the Park, it is a project that I'm doing with Carla Harvard. She's with Helping Hands Ending Hunger, and she has purchased items from Good 360. Good 360 is a nonprofit organization that gets brand new items. So like, for example, if you order something from Amazon and you return it, you think it's going back to the store. It's not. It's going into a warehouse. So one of the warehouses that it goes to is Good 360. So we're talking about brand new items that we're just giving away on June 23rd. You have to register. So see me tonight. Make sure I get your contact information and get you registered for that. We'll be calling everyone next week and giving you your time slots of when you will come to actually do your shopping. We thank the partnerships that we have. I have all the partners listed on the back of the shirt here. Of course, we have the City of Forest Park. Somebody come help me hold this shirt. Come on, Ms. Walker, come on. Ms. Walker is one of our partners. Ms. Walker is also the president of the Clayton County Council of PTAs. But we have the City of Forest Park, we have Kroger, we have Clayton County PTAs, we have Chick-fil-A, we have Blue Star Studios, we have Forest Park High School PTSA, Technique Concrete, Falcon Design, and Robinson Weeks Corporation. So these are all of our partners that we have, and we have more that's coming up as well, but make sure you register for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording. I know Mr. Maxwell is on the line. Does anybody have any questions for our Rex and Leisure Department? Because he's the one online for Rex and Leisure. Yes, ma'am. He'll be able to answer that. So hold on before you answer. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and close out the recording. Thank you all for tuning in. Come back next month, third Thursday of the month. We are live at 696 Main Street. Hopefully we'll have some air next time. And we are on Zoom. So thank you all. Thank you, Director Maxwell. We appreciate you.